Hello everyone, I'm Ashlyn and together with me is Danny and our host singing.
Hello. Welcome back to In a Nutshell, episode number 3, where we talk about life, stereotypes, and all the things that your mama say you shouldn't spend so much time on. Today's topic is the stereotype that everybody likes to aim and target our Gen Z. You are always on your phone. I thought you also never listen. So addicted, so distracted, cannot focus because of all your phone. I confiscate. Yes, correct. So things have changed, and we really do a lot more things these days online, and it has been so super convenient. Let's see if our Gen Z prefer to do the following things online, in real life, or it doesn't really matter, so I don't care. All right. So the game is called online, offline, or I don't care. Yeah. Okay. So the first one, shopping for clothes, online, in real life, or I don't care. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Online.
I
You
think
don't care. You don't buy clothes.
I don't care because I do both.
You only do online. Online very difficult.
how to say, like, to me, I enjoy shopping online more. Like, I feel that I could see more things at a very, like, I look at efficiency lah, actually. Yeah,
Fair enough.
and also the clothes choices are a lot more, and it's a lot easier for me to find like the category or like the type of clothes that I want fast. Like if let's say I were to shop in a mall, then I have to find like, oh, where is this clothes? Maybe this one shop only got this one type of clothes that is suiting in my style. Yeah, so I guess that also comes with the starting of me having defined my own style already. Just like going online shopping is a lot easier.
Maybe because our guests today are all girls, guys, then you just go Uniqlo. Moving on. Okay, the next one. Online, in real life, or don't care. First date. 1, 2, 3. In real life. Oh, even Jen. Not a fake one. What if it's a scam? What if it's a
Who
scam?
thought that online is a good idea for this?
I have no idea.
Like during COVID, it would have been okay.
Yeah.
But then I need the physical aspect to see how we click.
Maybe your date is just some overseas, like very far away. Not me.
I mean,
I wouldn't count that as a date.
like you're getting to know that person. It's just more like a hangout call,
It's a Zoom meeting.
Zoom meeting.
break up. All right, moving on. Job interview. Online, in real life, or don't care. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, this is very hard.
The millennial, the fake Gen Z. Don't care. Why online?
So much easier because you feel less pressure to like maintain eye contact with people, to like sit down, having to travel to an actual place. You just need to show your top half. That's all. Everything else doesn't matter. Once you're done, you can just turn it off and go like, okay, I'm done. That's it. And I feel like I've had more online interviews than physical interviews because when I started finding jobs, this was during COVID. So a lot of them were online. So I got very used to the fact that I had to do like online job interviews.
For me, because I see a lot of pros for both sides, and I'm not someone that is afraid of having eye contact with people. And also, I really talking about in real life first. I'm really like very happy to even talk to the other interviewees if it was a group interview, even if it's like 1-to-1. I feel that it's in real life gives more opportunity for me to really see how the boss is. Yeah, by the gesture, by how he act. But at the same time, online is also very convenient because sometimes the workplace that you are going for is somewhere that is like maybe a bit ulu, or a place that is like so far away from my side where I stay at. Yeah, so I see pros and cons in both, but then I do feel that both works for me.
Next one. Making new friends or new connection. Online, in real life, or don't care. 1, 2, 3. Oh, different. Why?
Okay, personally for me, I've always found it easier to click with people online because you get to meet people from like all around the world, see where they come from, see their perspective on things. I think it's so much broader and more fun to just meet people everywhere. And then normally the way you meet them is also either through like mutual friends, mutual connections, share interests. So from there's already like a middle or starting point. And personally for me, I feel like I'm able to be more chatty or more enthusiastic online first rather than like in person. Because for me, in real life, I feel a little more awkward first. Like it takes a while for me to warm up to someone to really open up. And so if it's behind a screen, I can be my crazy self and be more extroverted. So I like online friends.
For me, in real life, it's just because I really like the human touch in like making a new friends. Like even if like the awkwardness at the start, I feel like it's something that makes it valuable of like knowing someone new. And like I'm okay with the awkward. Maybe I'm over the step where like oh shit, I don't want to be awkward. Oh no, why is it so awkward? Yeah, maybe I'm over the step already. That's why I'm okay with in real life. But at the same time, having friends online is nice also. It's just that it's a lot of times it's very sad. Like let's say if there are someone that's overseas, then it's like it's so hard for you to meet, for you to connect and stuff. So I guess having friends in real life is more like it's easier
Yeah.
to meet them. So
My online friends see this. Come to Singapore.
Then you don't need me online anymore.
Exactly.
Okay, next one. Learning how to fix something. If you don't know something, so what we do? Online, offline, or don't care?
If I can search it online and get it for free, why do I have to go to like a physical shop or take my time to travel out or pay like actual money for it when I can just search it online?
Or you can ask a friend. Like
Yeah, online. I can ask my friend online.
oh,
ask Danny. Ask Danny.
yeah, it's just more convenient online lah.
Mhm. Then you can search and forum and everything. Okay, last one. Breaking up with someone. Okay. Online, in real life, or don't care? 3, 2, 1.
It's not don't care, it's both.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So far, I've only broken up on text or calls because yes, it's a little awkward in real life.
For me, it's like I will always like both will happen. Like it's either I text them online first, they'll be like, oh, I think we need to talk, then we meet in real life. Or I saw them in real life, then after we talk about it and like, okay, this is the end. Then online I'll be like, okay, thank you so much for all your efforts.
So professional. You need to have a Zoom meet.
Okay, so your contract is up right now. Okay, like
Yeah. So professional. Even a breaking up with somebody also very professional.
yeah, like there's two parts to it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
We must part peacefully. Okay. Maybe the last question would be, what do you think is something that you can do online?
Tickets. Like concert tickets especially.
Yes.
I always snatch it online and it's like sometimes it's actually quite fun. Like I do it for my friends also. Like let's say for Lady Gaga concert, wow, it was crazy.
Oh, I queue for that as well. I
Trying to
know.
get the tickets is crazy for my friend, but in the end we still secured some tickets. Yeah. So I feel like if I were to do that online, like imagining snatching tickets
In real life.
in real life, like I never did that before. I never do that.
Like the
before.
Black Friday sales.
Yeah, something like that. I feel like it's just very chaotic and I wouldn't enjoy it as much as snatching it online. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I feel like it's meeting friends around the world, but through the comfort of my own home without necessarily needing to travel to that country because it's expensive to travel. Like, let's be real, it's expensive to travel. We're young. Not everybody has the funds to do that. And so for me, I just really enjoy like meeting people from different cultures, seeing where they come from, like what is new for them, what is common for them, and just being able to share like where I'm from and everything with them.
Okay. Now let's do a little survey, okay? You must be honest, alright? You must be honest, Okay, question. What is your screen time last week?
10.
Like around
per
10
day.
hours. Yeah.
10 hours per day.
10 hours a day. Wow, both of you same. We're using the same phone. No, but
We're
the
just
screen
like
time,
chronically online.
but then this screen time is only your mobile phone, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't include your
We're not gonna talk about the
devices, right?
laptop and everything else.
So like laptop,
Doesn't
tablet,
count.
phone. So 10 hours each means 30 hours a day. Okay. Okay, next survey. Which app has a chokehold on your life right now? Which is the one that you really, really always use?
So for me right now is YouTube. Yeah, I really go to YouTube for anything, be it like finding tutorials to work wise. Like let's say design, know how to do this design, then I go and find YouTube. Like YouTube is like my tutorial online for life, and also for entertainment wise, I also go for YouTube. And every time, like, let's say I'm just like doing my work, I also will go on YouTube and listen to a podcast while I do my work, so that it doesn't feel alone doing the work. It's quite sad, like especially late at night when I'm rushing something. Then I'm like, oh no, like, cause to me music will like distract me when I do work. So hearing people talk is like white noise to me. Yeah, that's why I go for YouTube.
Mine would be Snapchat because I have a lot of friends on there, and I think it's like for me, it's like the best way to meet people around the world, like globally, and like it's a lot easier because if you go on like a dating app, it means that you have a specific goal in mind, right? But like Snapchat, the main point of it is to snap your friends, like take pictures of your life, send videos. So for me, I'm the type who like I love to take pictures, send it to my friends, like, hey, this is what I'm doing right now, or like I'll send them like a really long video of what I'm doing currently, or what's going on in my life so far. So I like that aspect of being able to see people's faces, but still chatting to them at the same time.
Okay. Well, actually, let's be honest. Do you think Gen Z are really addicted, or they are just more digital? Cause every time I ask Gen Z any question they'll just whip up their phone and then they'll ChatGPT or they'll Google or something. And then it's so fast. Recently there was a news article like from January 2026, all secondary school students will not be allowed to use smartphones, smartwatches outside of lesson time. I mean, they are complaining non-stop now. So, such as like recess time and even CCA time, as part of the tightened guidelines for screen use. Personal learning device default sleep time is brought forward to 10:30. Yeah, 10:30.
What was the
Good luck, Gen Alphas. Good luck, Gen Zs. Yeah. So what's your opinion? Do you think Gen Zs are really addicted to their devices, or do you think that they are just more digital, or are they really very reliant on their devices?
It's a habit already.
Yeah.
Like to us, it's something that a habit that I cannot really tell if I'm addicted or like this is my lifestyle.
Right.
Yeah, like to me when I wake up, the first thing I
Is
do
to check
is
your
to
phone,
take my
yeah.
phone. Like after I open my eyes, to look at my phone.
Yeah.
Before I even brush my teeth.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you talk about another generation, it's probably like, oh, to brush my teeth, then I eat the breakfast, then after breakfast I look at my emails and stuff like that. But to us, the first thing is definitely our phone. I see if I'll have messages from others, regardless it's like work
or anything.
or
right?
anything
Yeah.
else. Yeah, it's just something that I guess I grew up to.
I feel like we're the first generation to properly grow up with technology
Yeah.
being with us like almost all the time. Because compared to millennials, they did have technology, but it was more of a slowly they grew together with it. For us, we were kind of thrown into it. So I guess our parents didn't really know how to like help us or to really properly like get us used to it. So yeah, I think like what you said, it feels more like a habit. Do I feel like I use it a little too much sometimes? Yes, but I think it's something that I'm also aware about. I think our generation is like the older part of Gen Z. We're able to be aware of it and know like, okay, we need to go on do not disturb and like put the phone to the side to really like lock it on work or like whatever, because that's what I do sometimes.
Yes, and also apart from being a habit, it's also like adding to a point that a lot of things that we need to do are online.
Yeah.
So we really do have to use our phones, our laptops for it. It's not like last time when like a lot of things you do it in real life.
Yeah,
like
like
right
your
now,
physical
all the,
worksheet and
correct.
stuff.
Like right now, all the projects you can have like Zoom meetings. You don't have to meet in real life anymore. A lot of things could be settled online, and be it like even learning a language, you have like Duolingo,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
What about there's a lot of complaint at work that a lot of Gen Z is like, during a meeting, then you're using your phone, or like during work, your boss talking to you, then you're still typing away. So is this do you call this like reliant on your technology devices, or do you just is it multitasking, or do you feel that maybe your bosses just don't understand the way that you work? What is your opinion on this?
I think if you're talking in the context of like using your phone in a meeting or like someone is talking to you and you're like actively using your phone, then definitely I think for me personally I think there's something wrong that like, you need to be able to put it down and know your priorities at that moment. So I think that one is just being addicted to your phone, but again it depends on context. So
Yeah, like to me, if I'm typing while my boss is talking to me, it's always because I'm noting down the points that he's
Yeah.
talking about. That's how I stay alert, and also because I'm someone that's like I need to write down to remember. Yeah, so I guess that isn't really being reliant on things. Like if you tell me to like write down on a piece of paper, I would think like the afterwards of it will be
The
more
scribbles.
like I have to go and understand my scribbles, I have to type it back into online so that I can store it somewhere else. Then
Mhm.
why don't I just do it now?
Yeah,
Like that's
exactly.
my thought process of it.
Mhm.
So would it be okay if let's say your boss say can you type later, or prefer them to just embrace your
I rather
pen?
let me type it out right now, because if you're gonna wait for me to like type it out later on, I'm going to forget every single thing.
Yeah,
Right.
I guess for me, I would choose to adapt. Like I would do the paper,
Yeah.
the paper route. Like I would like take the
Try
paper,
and
then like, okay, then
scribble.
can I write it down instead? Then after that, I will suffer. Yeah, but that's the middle ground that I can find for this. Yeah.
Maybe let's talk about what are some good and not so good side of being chronically online.
So like being like very online saves a lot of my time actually. Like be it shopping or like finding resources I just mentioned. Like firstly shopping, I get more resources, more places that I can shop at. I can also look at comments online to see how people feel about the products. Instead of like in a real shop that I can't really see any comments, right?
Yeah.
Like in a real shop. I could only hear from the salesperson, but at the same time the salesperson is like marketing, you know. Yeah. So I think that's a good point. And also I get to learn a lot of things instantly. I feel like sometimes when let's say I'm working on a school project, it's quite hard for me to get my lecturer all the time. Like I can't possibly be asking him or her about anything. Like let's say I don't know how to use InDesign. I can't be possibly asking them about like, oh, how do I do this? How do I do that? Like they will have they would rather me to send them a product and them having constructive feedback instead of asking about these fundamental things. So that's when online really helped me in like solving on these fundamentals issue. And also I think just now you mentioned about like connecting with people
Yeah.
like from overseas and stuff like that. I feel like it's really good, especially when a lot of my relatives are in China. Yeah, so that's when I can really connect with them through like WeChat and stuff like that. That I can get to know what's going on. Like let's say, oh, my cousin got married. Okay, yay, send congrats through online. Yeah, because it is like that. Because we can't really be possibly traveling all the time. Someone get married, someone get a new son, someone get a new daughter, right? Yeah, so you just have to do it online. Yeah, I think all in all, online did like help make things more efficient.
Yeah, for sure.
me.
Habits change, and I think there's really a lot of very good online tools to streamline a lot of processes, provide a lot more options out there. And I think regardless of spaces and like distances, we are able to connect with people. True. So what are the downsides of like being always online?
I think one of the downsides is definitely the procrastination and the doom scrolling that comes with it. Especially at this age, it's like, oh, this work is tough. I'm just gonna like, let me just use my phone for a little bit, get my mind off it, and then before you know it, like, boom, 2 hours has passed and your assignment is not done. I think that's definitely happened to me a lot, where I come across an assignment that's a lot more difficult, and then I just start procrastinating it until the very last minute, and then I type it at the very last minute, and then it's not the best product when it could have been actually really good. I think another thing about being too chronically online is that, especially with AI popping up now, a lot of people are using like ChatGPT for things that validate them. It's like you already know the answer to stuff, but then you just want a robot to validate your answers and stuff. But then they rather go to a robot rather than go to like an actual person who will give you a proper diagnosis or a proper answer to like how you're feeling and everything as well. But I also think that with that it comes a lot of like social pressure, because you see lots of trends on TikTok where like people buy things or they eat things, and then it makes you feel like, oh, if I don't try this trend, if I don't do this thing, I don't get this stuff, I'm missing out. Because I remember during COVID, there was like the dalgona coffee trend, and like I cannot handle coffee. My body cannot physically handle coffee. I get really bad like anxiety and jitters with it. But then I was like, oh my god, dalgona coffee. I was making it every single day and drinking it just because I thought it was really fun to make and drink it. So like looking back now, I'm like, that was really dumb of me to like put my body through the amount of anxiety for
just for that.
Just for that,
moment.
because I didn't even need the caffeine at that point as well. So I think those are like a really silly example of how, you know, I felt like socially pressured to try to fit in with other people as well. So yeah.
I think we talked a lot about the good stuff and the bad stuff of being always online or being very digital. So it's really not about the online, the devices or being online all the time. It's really how we use them and how we manage them, and over reliant on actually anything is really not very good. Okay, let's talk about some solutions now. Okay, advice. Okay, what advice would you give to your peers, which is fellow Gen Z, on overcoming their reliance on digital device, or what kind of advice would you give them on their use in a professional work setting? You can choose one to answer.
Okay, I think for me the over reliance part, like how do you avoid like procrastinating while using your phone? Let's say you're working on your laptop or something physical. For me, actually at the start I did try to just like put my phone away from me, like put it somewhere like outside of my room, put it in the living room, charge in the living room, kind of thing. But after a while it gets like it's a bit like when you try not to eat, then after you eat a lot. Like after I just keep using my phone, like after I finish the project, and it just doesn't, it creates more problems. Yeah. So my solution to this is to use my phone as something that like I don't avoid using it. I embrace it actually. I use it to like listen to podcasts while I work on my projects, or I use it like to film time lapse video of me doing on my project. Also I, cause I see the time that I use on my phone, let's say be it listening to podcasts, they will still check the screen time. So after I finish the project, let's say I look at my phone screen time, like, oh no, it's like 6 or 7 hours already, then I should not be using my phone anymore. Yeah, I will have that subconscious to it. So it's like you look for the pros or the benefits of like how to make things better instead of like avoiding it. And also I feel that working with friends actually helps me a lot because I like to have people talking as white noise. But I do like listen to what they are saying also. It's just that it takes a while for me to reply because I'm cooking.
Yeah. For me, I feel like what worked the best for me was doing the Pomodoro timer method, where basically like you really lock in for like 20 minutes and then you give yourself that 5 minute break. So you're not completely depriving yourself of it per se. You're just being more aware of how much time you're like actually working, how much time you're actually on your phone. And I really like the method because it's like 20 minutes of studying or like doing work and then 5 minutes of, screen time. And then you rinse and repeat that for I think 3 to 4 times before you take a longer break. So this way you're not throwing yourself into work for like 3 or 4 hours straight. And then once you're done with that, you just end up doom scrolling for another 3 hours. Like it cancels each other's out, right? So I think like what Ashton said, really embrace it, right? If you cold turkey yourself from your phone, it's not going to work. It's like any other addiction out there. You can't cold turkey yourself. Half the time it doesn't work. So it's a lot better to just embrace it, but also be very, very mindful and aware of how often you take it. So because for myself, I feel like I would do a bit of work and then I find myself reaching for my phone. So when I realize I'm reaching for it, I tend to take a pause and just take my hand back, leave it there. So it's definitely about being very self-aware and self-conscious about it, but then also having friends to keep you in check. So if they see you online, they can be like, what are you doing? Go back to work, like do your work, you need to cook, right? Or another thing that worked was just having like rewards, like mini rewards for yourself as well along the way. So yeah.
I think there are really a lot of tools out there, or online tools. I think you just do a quick search. There are so many. It's just use those things that you get addicted to, so called, to help you to focus. And I think people are important. Your community, your friends, your family is very important. Accountability, that I'm going to do my work, log into my work for this next 1 hour. Get people to help you. You don't have to do this alone. In fact, everybody feels the same way. We're going coming to our closing. Complete this sentence.
Okay.
Being online does not disconnect me. It actually helps me to
Save time.
Connect even better.
Collect even wider, more diversity, more demographic.
Okay, go for
Helps
Ashley.
me to gain more perspectives on different
I
things.
think that's very important.
Yeah.
Like especially Gen Z and like older generations, a very big difference in perspective.
Yeah.
Like we are more willing to accept different
Different culture, different religions, different
correct.
opinions.
It's also because like we have more accessible, like we access to
Yeah.
online more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
For sure.
that helps.
And then you're able to read up on it, you're able to educate yourself on it, and really understand like, oh, people see things from this perspective. Why? Instead of just like reading up on it, you have like actual people to ask and talk about as well. So.
That wraps up our series on Gen Z stereotypes. Da-da-da-da-da. Thank you for being with us. In our next episode, we'll kick off with a brand new series exploring how Gen Z learn and what makes their approach so different from the other generation.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to share this with other people and, of course, tag us. We want to connect with you.
This is In a Nutshell, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Bye!